In this video tutorial and series, we are going to talk about the general modeling capabilities of Shape version 5. In this particular lesson, we are going to look at the basic morpho-kinematic capabilities. And for this, we have set up a simple morpho-kinematic model where we have a bipolar nebula with point symmetric bumps. And there's a torus here in green which straddles the waist of the bipolar. And note that the torus is bigger than the waist of the bipolar. However, if we look at the rendering, and here's the image and here's the position velocity diagram, the torus actually shows at a smaller velocity distance than the same position in the bipolar. And one feature is that each sub-object may have a different velocity field, such that reconstructions are possible that do not have the common Hubble flow, or say that distance is velocity is proportional to distance. What we can do with Shape is that to generate from the geometry and the velocity fields is images in different color settings, like this one where we have shown the same coloring as they are on the meshes in the 3D module, like red for the torus, for the bipolar, and green for the torus. There are more possibilities here. These colorings are both valid for the image and the PV diagram, which allows you to easily identify structures in the PV diagram corresponding to those in the image. There's of course a grayscale option by clicking on the top buttons, color buttons on top of each image and PV diagram. There's the red-blue shift by Doppler effect, and similarly there's a more gradual change from red via green to blue. Here the velocity range can be adjusted, say 20, sure, that's a useful range. Okay, here we can see what's a useful range, 30 kilometers per second. Enter. Make sure to hit enter to confirm the entry. We re-render by clicking on the render button, and here we have a more distinct color coding for the red and blue shift. The last color button is only valid for the physical rendering, which we are not using at this time. We are using the basic renderer from the renderer tab. We have other options like preview or physical. In the basic renderer, the emissivity is projected straight to the image plane and PV diagram without any opacity. In addition to the image and PV diagram, we have the option to generate channel maps. For this we go to the desktop and drag the maps module to our toolbar, click on the maps tool, and then enable render and set a number of the grid for images that shall be generated, an initial velocity of -35 and the final velocity of 35, and then we say click on regrid, confirm. Now our grid of velocity channels is generated. Now we are ready to render them. Okay, make sure this worked. Now make sure that in the renderer tab maps is actually enabled here, and that in the channel map module the render button is enabled. Here we now have different velocity channels. This is useful for integral field spectroscopy or for molecular radio data, which usually yield similar channel map sequences. Thank you.